Hello and welcome to quiz class. Today we have 100 questions on vocabulary and definitions. Let's take a look at our Einstein Awards. Let us know how you ranked in the comments at the end. Today we will be looking at a few different categories, and they are word roots, prefixes and suffixes, words, definitions, associations, word choice, and nuance and scientific terms. So let's begin with word roots, prefixes, and suffixes. What is the meaning of the prefix re in the word refurbished? After, again, or against? Again. Which suffix would refer to a person who is performing an action? Ment, M-E-N-T, ion, I-O-N, or E-R, E-R. What is the Greek word root of the word telephone? Tele, phone, or both? Both. What is the meaning of the prefix anti? Against, globally, or superior to? Against. What prefix means several or many? Mono, poly, or tri? Poly. What does the suffix logi indicate? A place of study, a person who refuses to study, or the study of something? The study of something. What does the root word bio represent? Life, natural, or water? Life. What is the meaning of the prefix sub? After, before, or below? Below. What suffix represents a noun that refers to a location or place? E-R-Y, airy, I-O-N, or ment, M-E-N-T? Airy, E-R-Y. What is the Greek root of the word photography? Photos and graphos, photo and graft, or feet and grafting? Photos and graphos. What does the prefix trans represent? Above, across, or after? Across. What suffix represents a verb that is currently in progress? Meant, ing, or ed? ing. What is the root of the word hydrogen? Hydro, generator, or both? Hydro. What is the meaning of the prefix X? Above, below, or out of? Out of. A noun that represents a state or quality is indicated by what suffix? Ity, full, or esque? Ly, ten, or bit? It, ill, or full? Ity, full, or esque? And let's move over to words. Match the word with a definition. A strong sense of regret or remorse for having done something wrong. Euphoria, nostalgia, or remorse. Remorse. What means someone who travels to explore new locations? Adventurer, explorer, or tourist? Explorer. What's the word that means poetry that conveys a person's sentiments or emotions? Ballad, ode, or sonnet? Ode. Match the word with a definition for a scientific study into the structure, behavior, evolution, and development of the universe. Astronomy, cosmology, or geology? Cosmology. What word best matches a skilled public speaker? Debater, lecturer, or orator? Orator. What word best matches the definition? A literary method in which words imitate sounds. Alliteration, metaphor, or onomatopoeia? Onomatopoeia. A state of intense delight or joy. Euphoria, melancholy, or nostalgia? Euphoria. A type of poem that tells a story. Epic, lyric, or narrative? Narrative. Someone who is an expert in the study of languages. Lexicographer, linguist, or philologist? Linguist. A sort of scientific research concerned with the structure and behavior of the Earth. Agriculture, geology, or planetology? Geology. A strong sense of melancholy or sorrow. Euphemism, melancholy, or nostalgia? Melancholy. A literary trick that uses words to evoke a strong mental image. Imagery, irony, or symbolism? Imagery. A skilled writer. Author, writer, or scribe? Author. A sort of scientific study concerned with the behavior of living creatures. Biology, botany, or zoology. Biology. A strong respect or adoration for someone or something. Admiration, reverence, or worship. Reverence. And let's move over to definitions. What is the meaning of the word perspicacious? Having an unpleasantly strong smell, having a keen understanding and insight, or relating to the study of the universe. Having a keen understanding and insight. What is ennui or ennui? A feeling of listlessness and boredom, a style of modern art, or a type of French pastry. A feeling of listlessness and boredom. What is the meaning of the word fastidious? Careless and sloppy, meticulous or demanding, or relating to the study of speed. Meticulous or demanding. Heterogeneous refers to uniform and consistent in composition, relating to the study of genetics, or diverse and varied in composition. Diverse and varied in composition. Inscrutable means difficult to understand or interpret, difficult to teach, or difficult piece of ancient text used for studying. Difficult to understand or interpret. Lassitude means a formula used to calculate steepness, a type of exercise routine, or a feeling of weariness or lack of energy. A feeling of weariness or lack of energy. Mellifluous. Mellifluous means someone or something with ill intentions, having a smooth and sweet sound, or bees that pollinate during winter. Having a sweet and smooth sound. Nebulous means amazing or otherworldly, cloudy and vague, or dreamy and mythical. Cloudy and vague. Obfuscate means a professor that refuses to retire, getting in the way of someone's view, or to make unclear and difficult to understand. To make unclear and difficult to understand. Perfidious means disloyal and treacherous, perfection beyond understanding, or something with a strong and pleasant scent. Disloyal and treacherous. Puerile means dried and scented flowers and leaves, immature and childish, or teaching basic skills to children. Immature and childish. Rigor refers to what? A condition of being stiff and unyielding, royalty or luxury, or a style of music that was popular in the 1920s. A condition of being stiff and unyielding. Sagacious. Sagacious means being spontaneous and having fun, having keen discernment and good judgment, or roomy or an abundance of space. Having keen discernment and good judgment. Tintinnabulation refers to a type of musical instrument, a ringing or tinkling sound, or a person that seeks attention or talks too much. A ringing or tinkling sound. Umbra refers to a dark area or shadow, coverage or safety, malicious or with ill intentions. A dark area or shadow. And let's move on to associations. What is the antonym of the term enormous? Average, gigantic, or minuscule? Minuscule. The synonym for perspicacious, confused, obvious, or perceptive. Perceptive. The antonym for sophisticated, complex, naive, or refined. Naive. The synonym for inundate, drain, flood, or sprinkle. Flood. What is the antonym for taciturn? Ambivalent, loquacious, or reserved? Loquacious. The synonym for the term lysome, clumsy, rigid, or supple. Supple. The antonym for insipid, bland, flavorless, or pungent. Pungent. The synonym for garrulous, talkative, reserved, or eloquent. Talkative. What is the antonym for languid, energetic, sluggish, or vigorous? Energetic. The synonym for the word mercurial, moody, static, or unpredictable. Unpredictable. The antonym for the word opaque, transparent, murky, or cloudy. Transparent. The synonym for insouciant, carefree, demanding, or worried. Carefree. The antonym for verbose, concise, eloquent, or loquacious. Concise. Synonym for the term debonair: awkward, charming, or rude. Charming. The synonym for persnickety: ambivalent, careless, or meticulous. Meticulous. And let's move on to word choice and nuance. What is the main purpose of employing nuanced language in writing? To add subtle shades of meaning, to frustrate the reader, or to employ simple language for universal understanding. To add subtle shades of meaning. Which of the words below has a more formal connotation? Elated, happy, or joyful? Elated. Which of the sentences below is an example of nuanced language? She was burning of jealousy. He is furious, or I'm simmering with indignation. I'm simmering with indignation. Complete the sentence. The newcomer employee's what proved remarkable, knowing he had no relevant experience? Aptitude, attitude, or propensity? Aptitude. The foreign visitors got lost in the alleys of the ancient capital. Meandering, serpentine, or winding? Meandering. The firm's what decision to cut expenses was greeted with considerable hostility? The firm's impulsive decision, precipitous decision, or rash decision? Precipitous decision. What is the significance of employing subtext when putting pen to paper? Adding ambiguity to the text, conveying information directly, or suggesting underlying emotions or motives? Suggesting underlying emotions or motives. What are the impacts of employing a word that can have multiple meanings? It adds complexity, it causes confusion, or it creates a feeling of distrust. It adds complexity. What is the impact of employing excessively formal language? A loss of intimacy, it adds nuance to text, or it can come across as pretentious. It can come across as pretentious. Complete the sentence. The artist's use of color was what and evocative? Ephemeral, luminous, or similar? Luminous. The politician's what statement was met by praise from the crowd? Articulate statement, eloquent statement, or grandiloquent statement? Eloquent statement. The what kind of scenery of the desert was spectacular? The arid scenery, barren scenery, or desolate scenery? Desolate scenery. The organization's what? Strategy for innovation led to numerous triumphs. Cautious, conservative, or pragmatic strategy? Pragmatic strategy. The what? Theme of the book was both disturbing and delightful. Lugubrious, melancholic, or somber? Melancholic. The what? Atmosphere of the old estate felt unsettling and unnerving. The foreboding atmosphere, oblique atmosphere, or sinister atmosphere? The foreboding atmosphere. And let's move on to scientific terms. What scientific phrase describes how water flows through a plant from its root systems to the leaves and is subsequently discharged as water vapor? Transpiration, respiration, or photosynthesis? Transpiration. Which scientific phrase describes the process of forming new terms through the combination of two or more words? Hypothesis, portmanteau, or scientific model? Portmanteau. Which scientific term describes the grouping of living entities into categories based on shared traits and evolutionary connections? Ontogeny, phylogeny, or taxonomy? Taxonomy. The scientific word for investigating the structure, function, and activity of cells? Cytology, embryology, or histology? Cytology. The name for a device that employs a mirror or lens to magnify and examine objects that are impossible to see with the human eye? Microscope, spectrometer, or telescope? Microscope. The term for the study of matters is structure, properties, and reactions. Biology, chemistry, or physics? Chemistry. A term that means something is no longer in use or has been replaced with a more contemporary one. Antiquated, archaic, or obsolete? Obsolete. The scientific term describes the study of our planet's physical makeup, structure, and processes. Geology, geography, or planetology? Geology. The scientific phrase that describes the study of animal behavior, physiology, and psychology. Animosity, biology, or ethology? Ethology. The term for the transmission of the genetic code of an organism from one generation to the next. Genetic drift, heredity, or inheritance? Heredity. The term that describes a gadget that employs a beam of light to measure an object's distance. Laser, radar, or sonar? Laser. The word that describes the type of rock created by the cooling and unsettling of magma or lava. Igneous, sedimentary, or metamorphic. Igneous. The word that describes the process by which an organism's physical structure changes in response to its environment. Adaptation, evolution, or mutation. Adaptation. The term for a bond formed between two atoms that share one or more pairs of electrons. Covalent bond, hydrogen bond, or ionic bond. Covalent bond. What is thixotropy? Fluids that become clear when shaken, gels that become fluids when stirred, or gels and fluids that become less viscous when shaken. Gels and fluids that become less viscous when shaken. And let's move on to our mystery round. What is the definition of the word enigmatic? Energetic and spontaneous, happy and carefree, or mysterious and difficult to understand? Mysterious and difficult to understand. What does the term nugacious mean? Difficult and challenging, important or royal, or trivial and insignificant? Trivial and insignificant. Heliotropism means plants turning their leaves towards the sun, the study of the movement of the Earth's tectonic plates, or water evaporation from the oceans. Plants turning their leaves towards the sun. Selenite means a type of crystal, beyond human understanding, or waiting until getting married. A type of crystal. The meaning of the term thraldom: being enslaved or in bondage, being in love or infatuated, or being in a trance or hypnotic state. Being enslaved or in bondage. Ultracrepidarian means a person who gives opinions on matters beyond their knowledge, a person who is an expert in a particular field, or a person who is a good listener. A person who gives opinions on matters beyond their knowledge. The definition of velleity: a mild or slight desire, a strong or intense desire, or a desire that is impossible to fulfill. A mild or slight desire. Xanthosis means a strong or intense desire, a yellowish discoloration of the skin, or seeing someone you think has passed on. A yellowish discoloration of the skin. Zyziva, a tavern in the 1920s, a place where hawkers get together, or a type of beetle. A type of beetle. Zymurgy means creating optimal and efficient tires for cars, being a tyrannical maniac, or the study of fermentation in brewing. The study of fermentation in brewing. And our bonus question, what does yonder mean? Let us know the answer in the comments, and of course, how well you did, and your quiz class awards. rank. As always, thanks for playing this quiz. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.